But how do you adapt to that?
Adapt to being dumb?
A film?
No, I adapt to what?
Yo, peace. Welcome back to 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. I'm Carmelo Anthony here with my co-host.
It's your boy, the Carmelo, the human do-rag flap. You know what I mean? This is 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, a Wave Sports and Entertainment original. We always have the best guests in the world because this is the number one show in the world. And today we have the number one person in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's a multi-hyphenate with a lot of multis. You know what I'm saying? Emphasis on the multi. She created the mega series Insecure. She founded Hooray Media. You know what I mean? They got more projects in New York City. It's in parentheses right there. And the FWIorFOH, am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes.
FWIorFOH Prosecco
That's
for all my
good.
brunch gang. You know what I'm saying? It's a drink of choice. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one, the only Issa Rae in the building.
Thank you so much.
Here with us.
I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you.
We're very
You know what I'm saying? For blessing you with your
listen.
presence.
so much.
Nah,
You know?
You.
we appreciate you. Like
The feeling's mutual.
this is major for us.
Yeah.
Like you are who we wanted sitting in this seat.
Oh man, stop, Melo. Thank you.
No, that's
I
a fact. Like
appreciate
we you know, you was heavy on our list as like, you know, somebody that we really wanted to come into our living room setting and just vibe out with us. And even more so you bought, you know, your own
Vibe source. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know?
But
This is my
before we
liquid
go
courage.
there, like I want to get this out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you from the DMV, right?
it.
So I just want to get out the way. Like, what, you know, what you Potomac.
I can't claim it because I'm born and raised in LA, but we had a stint in Potomac. Like my dad
Okay, so
put
you
us
ain't
out
claiming
there.
it.
He was like, "Go live with a friend."
You ain't claiming it.
I can't because some people will be like, "Where you at? What's up?" And I'll be like, "I don't know. I know 3 addresses in the 3 spots we lived in, and that's it.
I just wanted to clear that up
I don't want to
because I've been hearing a lot about it. Because
That
I think
I'm
we
from
crossed
there?
paths
in
while you was
Maryland?
out there. Yeah, I was in Baltimore.
See, that's not. I went to church in Baltimore.
See, but I'm
And
just
my-
saying the times.
Oh, the time, the
Lapsed that we
overlap.
was in the area.
Yeah, we probably did then because a lot of my family stays out there. So I can kind of claim it. It depends on who asks and how intimidated I feel and how sauced I am. Honestly.
Can we get some of this sauce? You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
you know?
Come on.
Should I pour it? Should I be a bottle girl?
I mean, shit, you know, like, we just put the digital sparklers on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You know? Get a little sippy sip.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I don't know if there's like a brand approved pour. They don't be letting you pour too much. I didn't know that. I learned so much.
It's yours.
Oh, that's true.
You,
I make the rules.
you make the rules.
Damn, I said before I cheers. I'm a lush. I
Typical.
am a lush.
Typical.
Cheers.
Cheers, Lord. Thank you. Salute.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank y'all
you.
for having me.
Should have gave my own bottle sit right here.
Yeah, I might sip out the bottle.
All right.
Let's get back to the show.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Get back to the show.
Now we cooking. You know what I'm saying? This is the 7 p.m. moment. On this show, we have a segment called the 7 p.m. moment where it's about you, Issa, and some
Oh, I'm gonna get
point
into
in
this.
your
Can I-
career.
Cause I want to hear this.
Where,
You keep going. I'm gonna.
Yeah. Well, I'm good. Let me say a
gotta put
moment
your
in
thumb.
your career.
They told you how to do it.
No, I know you got your mind
You
situation.
know what I'm
Tell
saying?
me.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Do it,
teach you
yeah.
something. You put your thumb in there and you hold it.
Ooh,
I'm gonna teach you
What?
something.
that's
Issa.
like one of those
Yeah.
hacks. Oh my gosh, that was classy. That's the classiest
I
pour I've
got you. I want
seen.
you filter the brown.
Oh shit!
Thank you.
You just need a little towel and shit. Now you,
Little wine 101.
You know what I mean?
Something for the basic bitch.
You know what I'm saying?
I receive it.
Oh,
Thank
to soul
you.
right now. You know what I'm saying? It's hit. It's hit.
Let's
you know
go.
What I'm saying?
That's my
You know what I'm saying?
commercial.
Goes great with Vina Ray. You know what I'm saying? The 7 p.m. moment is a moment in your career where, you know, it was a crux. You know, it was I'm either gonna go this way or I'm gonna go this way, and it's gonna decide my fate.
The moment that I think of immediately ultimately didn't. It did lead me to it, but there was this moment that I always think about and sometimes keeps me up at night. And it happened in college. I got this opportunity to study abroad in Paris, and I wanted to because my family, or my dad is from Senegal, my mom is a French teacher, and I grew up speaking French, but I really wanted to get back in touch with Senegalese culture, and I could do that on this Paris trip. It was amazing. and I got into the program. But at the same time, I was applying with a friend to this. We wrote a screenplay together, and it became a finalist at Sundance. And if we got chosen, or semifinalist, if we got chosen as a finalist, then it would, like, I would be in Paris and I wouldn't be able to go to Sundance. And I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to be a filmmaker, but like Paris can change my life. And there was also a dude there, and I was like, oh, I could, this person could be the one. This dude could be the one. And like, I also just wanted to kind of get my whole shit off in Paris, frankly.
Yeah.
And
Another continent.
Niggas in Paris.
Come on.
Yeah, come on. You know the vibe. Listen, that shit applies. This is another planet.
Absolutely applies.
They speak another language over here.
They do.
I can do whatever the fuck I want.
And so and then a couple friends were gonna go. It was gonna be amazing. But I was like, but if I get this opportunity and I miss it because I'm in Paris, like I have that feeling of regret I talked about, where I'm just like, what the fuck? All these niggas is the same. Niggas is the same in Paris. That was the same in here. Like, why did I go here? So I decided not to go to Paris. The program thought I was very, very dumb to like take a chance to see if my script would be a finalist at Sundance. And I had to wait to do it. And we didn't get picked. We did not. So I kind of, in my mind, felt like I missed out on this opportunity for nothing, and like ended up also dropping out of school for a short period to like still try to pursue it and still sell this script. And it led to absolutely nowhere. And I think about like, if I had just gone on that trip, my life would have been completely different. And I might have stayed out there. Like my mom studied abroad. She lived in Paris for a while. That's how she met my dad. And I'm like, oh, I could have taken my mom's journey, and I could have been, a French teacher or whatever. I know that I would have probably got knocked up out there, to be honest. And that would have been a life that I could have liked. But I think about making that decision was kind of betting on myself and being hopeful that this script would lead me to the path that I've desired the most. And I don't regret it because it led me here, but I always think about what would have happened if I went to Paris.
You ever go back? Yeah, have you been? I mean, obviously you've been back to Paris. You're very popping. Have you been back and seen somebody and been like, damn, that could have been me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
the Parisian version of me?
Pushing the baby.
Pushing the baby.
Like the
Parisian version of me is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like at the crepe stand, with the baby running around and shit.
I've never had that thought. I've never looked at someone like, ooh, thank God that's not me.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry for you, bitch. Désolé. No, I haven't. But yeah, I mean, I just, it's one of those things where you wonder, and I have a lot of moments like that where it's scary. It does keep you up. Like if this hadn't happened, or I could have died in this moment. I almost got hit by a train the last season of Insecure because I really had to go to the bathroom, and I think about that moment a lot too. It was like we were shooting the finale, and the theater that we were shooting in did not have bathrooms, and I had to go so badly. And they were like, okay, we'll get you a car to get back to your trailer. And the light, like he was just driving slow as fuck, and then we were stuck at a light. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get out the car and just run across the street. And I literally decided, fuck it, at the moment, got out the car. He was like, man, wait. And I crossed, and I didn't know that subway trains could honk. But it was like, and so I looked, and it was coming right at me, and I just barely missed it. So if I had waited a moment, and that would have been an embarrassing way to die, to get hit by a train in LA. We barely have subways. It was
barely have subways.
I was gonna say in LA is crazy. You're not going out like Ramo. You just
and I would have for sure peed myself like immediately. So they would have got that too.
Young filmmaker Issa Rae pissed on herself.
Gets hit by a train.
Got struck by a train today. Unfortunately, she had to go to the bathroom. So listen, you are a fan of, my documents say, loving basketball. You said it changed your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are you a basketball fan, or was it just the film itself?
I was playing basketball at the time. I wasn't like watching basketball in the same way that I do now. But it was the film. It was the romance. It was like I hadn't seen that depiction of like the lead character in a way like this this tomboy who was passionate about something and this guy who loved her, and it was shot in my neighborhood. It was shot in LA. It was beautiful. And it really spoke to me at the time. And it was like 16-year-old me was inspired by the fact that Gina Prince wrote it and directed it herself. I watched the director's commentary over and over and over again. And it was just like, oh, I if she could do this, I could do this. And like right after I saw that movie, I was like, I'm writing a script. I'm writing a feature script too.
90 pages, bro. I'm going in.
I did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was trash. But yeah, and I wrote her about
90
it.
pages of trash.
Yeah, it was 90 pages. It really was 90
It's hard to get through 90 pages of trash. And you know what's the hardest part? Being 68 pages deep, knowing it's trash, and being like, fuck it.
I gotta keep
going, baby. We gotta get to 90 minutes.
Yes, yeah. But I wrote her, like when I was 16, I was like, I wrote a script because of you. And I don't even know how I got her information to write a letter, but I sent it to her. I hand wrote it. I said, I want you to direct my first movie that I wrote because I was inspired by loving basketball. And then like 3 months later, she emailed me and wrote me back. And that shit also changed my life, where it was just like this person that I admired wrote me back. She said, no, I'm not directing your trash ass script. But she wished me the best.
I wish you the best. It's crazy. I'd rather you be like, yo, this shit is ass, bro.
I'm gonna guide you, though.
Go back to the drawing board.
But it meant a lot. And then I like kept that letter forever and framed it. And then when I came out with Awkward Black Girl, she wrote me. She was like, hey, I just want to give you props. Because I gave like I gave an homage to loving basketball in that series. Like there was an episode where we referenced it, and so it got back to her. So she hit me. She was like, "Oh, keep doing your thing. I watched your series," and I was like,
I wish you the best, bitch. I wish you the fucking best. But yo, listen, we're not gonna gloss over the fact that you said that you was a hooper. You know what I'm saying? This is a basketball show, Issa Rae.
No.
And we are going to talk about, we're here to talk about, filmmaker galore, du jour, extraordinaire, deluxe, but also the hooper that was giving these motherfuckers that work.
I wasn't. I was getting work. Those Asian
Well,
bitches
for real?
were like, yes, I was getting hooped up. The girls were like,
You wasn't aggressive?
No, because I didn't want to hurt myself. Like I saw how
He was like, I'm too pretty for this. Like,
no, not even. I wanted to be.
I'm
I'm telling you, these girls were good. They were aggressive. They were like they could hoop, and I was just tall, and I was like, oh, okay, then you got it, then shit.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I didn't want to.
That wasn't for you then.
It wasn't for me. I wasn't trying to fight over the ball, and it had nothing. I wasn't competitive enough there, and I hated doing. What's the thing with the suicides? Like I played
suicides.
Yeah, yes. Suicides. They're called suicides. They're terrible. But I played every sport, and basketball wasn't my favorite. I was more of a swimmer, and I liked softball a lot and soccer, oddly. But yeah, basketball wasn't for me, so I can't. Nah.
Being tall, did people just automatically?
Yeah. Every time I play volleyball, go play volleyball. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Go swim.
Yeah.
Go
swim. Go run track.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do that. There was no way I didn't like suicide, so why was I gonna run track?
Run track. This is like suicide every day.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Make her do a 100?
Absolutely not. No.
You worked on a pilot with Shonda Rhimes.
Oh yeah.
Who was another one of them ones.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What member of the Avengers. What was that experience like? You know what I mean? Because obviously, coming in the game and getting with somebody like that, where it's just like, bro, you are established.
Yeah.
Like, your name rings bells out here.
It was incredible. Like that was a dream come true. There weren't a lot of black showrunners, much less black female showrunners to look up to, and to be able to write something for her production company, be their first potential comedy, was one of the best moments and opportunities of my life. And I fucked it up. Because I was so excited and I hadn't really written a TV show before, even though I'd studied, I'd written scripts, I'd written spec scripts. I didn't know what I wanted to say yet. And it's a network show. There's a very specific structure to writing scripts. And that coupled with not knowing what I wanted to say, coupled with this big opportunity, I felt like I choked. And what I turned in was just kind of a bunch of mush. And they tried to develop it with me. They were a great team. They were super patient. Like, and by they I mean her executive team. And then like I also didn't understand the notes process. So like I get notes from Shonda's team and we're working together. Like I would be in their office all the time, just like writing. It was like, that was a great process, just even being under that wing. And then they would send it to ABC Studios and then also ABC Network. And ABC Studios gives you a set of notes that you have to change and then address. And then you give it back and they're like, cool, now it's ready to go to the network. And then the network has notes. And sometimes they would contradict what the studio wanted. And so I was like, I also didn't know how to take notes. So I was just saying yes, 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 because I didn't have a clear vision of what I wanted to say to begin with. And so that's also what ended up making it like mush, because it was just like, you just making what you think they want you to make.
What you think they want you to make, and then they don't, and then the studio doesn't, and it's still, right. Yeah. So then, fast forward to Insecure, did you haven't had that experience, did you know this is what I want to say with this show? Absolutely. Like, and I know it's gonna go.
No. That was like my real dream. I had manifested like I want a show on HBO. And so I was devastated when ABC passed on the pilot, and then HBO called me and because they found out I was free, and we took a meeting. And that was, at that time I was like, okay, I'm going to make this all of me. And I'm going to base it more on like the experiences that I've had. But that was still like a crazy development process. Like they take 3 years. And even when I tell people I have a show with HBO, they be like, but do you? Because you're going to be in development hell. And I was like, And they're just known for like really refining their shows. And they have a specific aesthetic. And it matters. And so in that way, I knew that I wanted to say something, and that even that developed over time, but they brought that out of me in the best way. And Insecure wasn't Insecure at first. It was nonprofit, and I was writing it with Larry, and he was Larry Wilmore.
That's Larry Wilmore, goddamn.
Larry Wilmore. He worked with Quinta too on Abbott, but he was really great at bringing that out of me too.
Like you said, it started as nonprofit, which was, I always say people like the best writing, the best art is like honest art, right? And when you do heightened reality, that's like the most honest you could get, in a sense. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is based on my life. How did your people, right, your circle, the people around you, feel about, obviously there was aspects of the show that were part of your life, that were part of your friends' lives. Were they like, yo, what the fuck, man?
Nah,
nobody knows I had sex. Nobody knows you had sex in the ball bathroom.
It was heavily based on my best friend, and I didn't tell her I was writing it. Because initially when I wrote the first version of it, when it was about a nonprofit world, she was like a minor role. And it was just like, I would go see my best friend from time to time. And then HBO liked that character so much, they were also looking for a specific vision, and they were like, what if it was about the two of you guys? And I was like, oh, say less. I would love that. That's dope. And so then I just started writing and thinking about, this is shitty to say, but like the worst parts of both of us, and the honest art. And so by the time when they were like, oh, we fuck with this, we like this, I was like, yes, finally. And then I was like, oh shit. I gotta tell my girl. And so I was like, hey, don't get mad, but I kind of wrote about you, and you're the character I was telling you about is like bigger, so now it's like kind of about us. Right. And she was like, bitch, just send it to me. And she thought it was funny, and she supported it. But of course that's different than like, that's a pilot episode. Yeah. And so then as the series progresses, like there are moments where maybe I didn't even realize that like subconsciously I am tapping into moments of her life, or maybe her family's life, or things like that. And that might impact her. It might impact her dating life. She could be like, oh, like this, I didn't want this nigga shot out. But she was like, fuck him. Best wishes. Fuck out of here. But no, she handled it amazingly, and she ended up loving the show. I will say, when everybody did not like Molly, she was pissed. She was like, why didn't I fuck it with Charlie, because they don't see Issa wrong too. Like she took that very, very personally. Yeah.
But yo, honestly, I gotta say that's the mark of really good writing is that people really deeply connect with the characters in a way that makes them fucking mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it draws emotion. You know what I'm saying?
It sure does.
Because I tell my wife all the time, I'm like, why the fuck are you watching this shit? Like she'll watch some shit that is just, I call it emotion porn. You know what I mean? It's just like, Uncle Ray got lung cancer.
Not. Absolutely not. That's what no.
We don't got no money to pay the mortgage this month, and I don't know what I'm gonna do.
She
my OnlyFans
cries
got shut down
for fun.
I'm like, why are you crying for fun?
No, I can't cry for fun.
I like to laugh.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm high as a motherfucker.
Or be a little bit scared, like thrilled. I like thrillers. But on the TV side, all I do is watch reality TV at this point. I watch every single dating show on earth in every language. That's that's my way of turning off.
You watching the balloon pop shit?
I've seen the clips, but I don't know where to find the show. I will watch it.
I don't even know this shit. I thought it was a Tubi series. I don't know where the fuck this shit came from.
I don't know where it's at. I tried to search for it on YouTube, and there's no like full episodes. It's always pieces and compilations.
So there is a whole universe behind this shit. There's people, there's characters that are actual real people. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about the future. You know what I mean? 20 years from now, HBO. Shout out to you for calling HBO because I hate the word Max. HBO hits you up and they're like, yo, listen.
It was HBO at the time.
Yeah, it was HBO at the time. You know what I mean? Shout out home box office. They want to bring back Insecure. They're like, yo, Issa, we love two things, you and Larry David. And we want to keep working with you. And we want to bring back Insecure. What does it look like in 20 years?
Remake it like how they did Bel Air, Boomerang, and all that. Okay.
Like that?
You see it.
Oh, like so like with the whole new cast?
Later. Yes. 20 years later.
Oh.
In the future.
Oh, dang, how would I feel about that?
In the future,
if they want to reboot Insecure with the whole new cast.
Yeah.
Would you Will Smith it up and be in the videos, like Shook said, dancing? Or would you be like, man, I don't know, like this is
no, because it's so personal to me. That is like, I feel like Larry David, nobody else can do Curb Your Enthusiasm because that's his shit and his gripes. So I would almost feel like, the fuck? That it would feel like the AI voice of Beyonce. Like I'm like, no, that's my shit. And those were my experiences. If they wanted to create something else, then sure. But no, I have no desire for a reboot of Insecure.
You, like I said, you out here popping like fish grease. The last couple of, you know what I'm saying, quarters, you've been on the run. You know what I'm saying? Barbie, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Huge, massive hit. You know what I mean? Like everybody did the whole Barbenheimer thing. You know? Despite of it was a thing. You know what I'm saying? We're here. This is pop culture. We understand it.
Very true.
And being in the Spider-Verse sequel, which is like...
That's major.
Yeah.
Like, now you're canon.
Yo, my nephew thinks I'm Spider-Woman.
You feel me?
Yes.
How does that fuck?
That felt so good. I was like, don't tell him nothing. Don't tell him I'm not.
Do you run with it though?
I haven't. He like told my sister-in-law sent me a video of him being like, that I have a secret identity and like I have other spider friends, but nobody can know. And she was like, baby, do you think your auntie is actually Spider-Woman? And he was like, yes. And so I'm like, please let him believe that for the rest of his life. Because that's how you get cool points. That's the only way boys care about you. Little boys, like it's hard to get their approval.
When they find you cool.
No, they find me so cool.
So speaking of the Spider-Verse movie, everybody, you know, is waiting on that, you know, with bated breath. Same. The Spider-Verse, the movie composer tweeted today, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is not delayed to 2027 for creative reasons. He said the report that it was delayed is inaccurate.
What?
Do you have any? All right, so I guess that answers the question. I was going to say, do you know anything? Because everybody is waiting for this. Everybody is like, yo, it's delayed till when? Like, I went with my kids, we saw it. At the end, you know, the end is a cliffhanger. Extreme cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You like, yo, I want this to come out tomorrow.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
I wish I knew more. All I know is that they're working on it. That's it. That's the last I heard.
Bombshell.
Yeah, they're working on it.
You know what I'm saying? 7 p.m. bomb. They working on it.
I got y'all.
So, yo, I'm going to throw this one to the champ because I can't explain it because I never did it. Your welcome to the NBA moment. Can you break that down yours, you know what I mean? And kind of tee it up for Issa to tell us her welcome to Hollywood moment and how they are similar.
Damn. So this was like 03, like that summer. So you go from college in May, NBA in fucking June.
But you were already a big deal in college, right?
Right. So I'm just saying the process to get me to my moment, my welcome to the NBA moment. And then so all this is happening back to back to back. So now I get drafted, preseason is happening. And it's like, oh, I'm here. Like this is NBA, but it don't feel NBA. Everybody's like, yo, it's gonna get, the season gonna be crazy. This is not nothing. Fuck preseason. And then my first game, we go play against Tim Duncan. And I'm like, now I see the difference. Like you out here fucking with, these are them boys out here. These are grown men out here. These are Hall of Famers. These are people that you grew up watching every single day. So to run out the tunnel and they all cheering for us, but you see Tim Duncan down there and Tony Parker and all those Ginobili, and it's like, damn. So as a kid, I mean, I'm 19, 20 years old. As somebody that's like a student of the game, that was my moment of like, damn, you know what? I'm here. And then from there, it just starts to, you start playing against everybody. And then you go to the, now the TV games of the AIs. And it's like, oh, okay. Now the LeBrons. And it's like, oh, T-Max. Like all of these is Vince Carter. All of these is happening. It's like, damn, I'm really up here with them. Like,
but are y'all like chopping it up? Like, are y'all hanging out, or is it strictly competitive? Like, I'm not gonna hang out with.
Nah, because it was super like, it was segregated in a sense, right? Because you had the guys who was already the vets in the league who had their own. Everybody had a crew back then. Like it was all about entourage and shit back then. Who had the biggest entourage, right? So you wasn't going to hang with another nigga with their entourage. So you had your own shit. So you wasn't really rocking with nobody, right? So when myself and D-Wade and LeBron, we started, they like, nah, they looking at us crazy. Like, man, what the fuck is y'all doing? Like, y'all ain't supposed to be cool like this. You see this nigga got 30 niggas with you? See him? Melo, you got 40 niggas with you? Nah, y'all not supposed to be cool like that. So we kind of broke that mold. Like guys were cool with each other, but it was more behind the scenes. Like we came to the forefront, like, yo, we cool, but we gonna compete and we gonna. So those was like my NBA moments, just running out on the court and like seeing who was across the court. Knowing that a couple months prior to that, I was just in awe of that, right? In awe of the art.
So for you, I mean, because obviously at that moment, collaboration was you starting that thing with Bron and Wade and that brotherhood, you know what I mean? Publicly, like, yo, these are my guys, even though we playing on different teams. In entertainment, I feel like it's different. It's opposite. Yeah. It's collaboration is encouraged, especially now.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So for you, what was that like? Because, obviously collaboration is encouraged, but you got to be mindful of and intentional of who you collaborate with.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. And yeah, I think also I know it is so different because you guys you're playing publicly, you have fans, you could see like the direct result of like you being incredible. And like in the entertainment industry, especially as a writer, it is so like it's just us, we're creating. Nobody sees the intricate, like we argued about this to get to this plot point, and like, yeah, the little collaborations, the many collaborations that happen to make something great. And you don't know how people are taking it. I don't get to watch people watch an episode for the most part. All you see is later when it comes out, like those reactions or people, and yeah, social media changed things like that, where you can see people be upset about choices that you've made and all those things. And I remember for me, like it was like walking out and seeing like, oh, people know who I am or identify me with my character on the show, and more people are watching it. I could go to another state and like people will go crazy. It's such a delayed reaction. So there was never like I'm welcome to Hollywood moment until like I might go to an awards event or something like that. And then it's just like, what? Helen Mirren is saying she knows me? That's crazy. What? Why is she watching Insecure?
Helen Mirren is a crazy.
It was.
Helen Mirren smoking the L watching Insecure?
She was
crazy.
Like, I like this bitch.
Yo, fuck yo. Cool. Yo, you know what?
Like,
you know what? I fuck somebody heavy. I fuck somebody heavy. Word.
But that's what validates it though. Like that's what validates
Yeah.
like all the work that you put in.
Absolutely.
Like when the people that's already there, like when they validate you being a part of their world now.
Oh,
their
absolutely.
fraternity. Like I remember Wayne, right? We won a national championship. And Little Wayne, I go to Miami, like my first vacation around my birthday. And we walking. Mind you, it's entourage. It's 20, 30 people, Memorial Day, back then in 02. And Wayne gets out the car and starts yelling, yo. I'm like, yo, nah, that ain't Wayne. Like, that ain't Little Wayne. He like, like, yo, I'm a big fan. Like, all of this. So from that moment, I was always like, you know what, that's, no matter what, that's somebody that I will always like really fuck with and really rock with because the fact that I'm coming out here so green in Miami and somebody like that who's already been established.
That's
and again,
love.
It goes back to just a couple weeks ago or a day ago, I was just listening to this guy.
Yeah.
Or that day, probably I was just listening to that guy. So when you get validated, my point is when you get validated from people in those industries and they welcome you, you remember that.
Absolutely.
And the ones that don't welcome you, you remember that
sure
even
do.
more.
Yeah, best wishes, motherfucker.
Sure do.
God damn it.
Stop.
Best wishes, yeah, bitch.
Gina, I love you.
Nah, Gina, we fuck with you crazy.
No,
best wishes is nuts, though. Let's think of another closing.
Okay, got you.
Different closing next time, Gina. We love you. You know what I'm saying? We want to support you here on 7 p.m. and give you your props as a legend that you are. Speaking of validation, you're undercover Fast Company. It's an industry rag.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They've called you one of the most innovative people of the last 10 years. Whew. How does this influence? Well, maybe not necessarily the magazine cover, but how does the shit changing influence how you operate Hooray?
Diversify. Like I tell stories for a lot of different mediums. I tell stories through brands. I tell stories in film and television shows. And like at the core, that's what I want to do. And even at Hooray, like where we have these multiple industries, it's about just making sure that we're constantly thinking about the other ways that we can operate outside of limits. And then also like going back to the origin of like who we're creating for, because there's still, no matter what's happening in the industry, there's going to be a lot of turmoil. There already is a lot of turmoil. And at the end of the day, they're never going to prioritize us and our stories like we will. And so as long as we continue to do that, I feel like we'll be okay. And finding spaces to do that, finding spaces to support people who are also doing the same. Like that's kind of where my head is at.
This is a question for both of y'all. Who has been somebody, because we're talking about collaboration and things like that, who's been somebody that has been a teammate of yours that you kind of almost didn't even have to speak and y'all understood each other's game and you were like, oh, you're going to be a great teammate.
That's dope.
We're going to, this two-man game is going to work. You know what I mean? Who was that and how did it work?
I think out of all the teammates, it would have to be, I would say, it would have to be J.R. Smith and Kenya Martin, because that's who I was on my team for the longest of all of our years. We was in Denver, we was here in New York. We spent a lot of time together to the point where it's like, I don't even have to look at you and you know what type of mode I'm in. You know what I'm about to do. You know, like you see it ahead of time, right? But that's also spending time with each other. Off the court, hanging out, camaraderie over the years, but like going through shit together. Seeing who really is what, seeing who's really there for you. It's a lot of shit that we go through behind the scenes that people don't know. So day to day, so who's supporting that, right? Who's there with you, JR, when you going through your shit? Not in the gym, but at the crib. Who's coming to the crib? Who telling you to come to their crib? Let's figure this out, Kmart, whatever you like. It's like that was the energy. So I say over my 19 years, those were probably the two guys that, because they was on the team with me for the longest.
Issa, who is your Swish and Kmart?
I mean, yeah, they're one of them is for sure Prentice Penny, who showran.
Oh shit! Shout out to Prentice
Yeah,
Penny.
shout out to Prentice, who was the showrunner for Insecure. Like he was, I think I recognized later, and like even though we worked so closely together, and he was the showrunner, and we were partners on the project, like that he was a great mentor to me too. And ego is the thing. We're talking about validation. Like, it takes a lot as a vet or even as someone who's a peer to be like, yeah, you're doing your thing. Like, to acknowledge you. Yeah, to stand for you. Hard. And he was very egoless throughout the process. And, you know, there's so many horror stories about, you know, if you get assigned a showrunner, they might steer the vision because you're a newbie and you don't really know what you're doing, and they take that as their opportunity to like, this is my stamp, this is about to be my shit. And he was always very much like, this is your show, and I'm gonna guide you, and you know, I'm here as a resource, and I'm gonna make sure that you're good and the story that you want to get told is told. And then maybe lesser known, there's another girl that I went to college with who we didn't interact at the same time. We were she was a year older, and when I started doing my web series Awkward Black Girl, one of my other producer friends was like, you should bring in a writer's room. And I was like, writer's room, I do this shit myself. Like, I do what? What I need a writer's room for? She was like, no, you should consider like one of the girls that we went to college with. She's like studying writing. And then she brought in another girl from UCLA. But that girl, her name is Amy Aniobi, and she's a director, producer, all these things now. But she followed me from Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl. I got to bring her on to Insecure. And she's one of those people that can just seamlessly write my voice and be hilarious, and she just has a second nature of just being brilliant and like understanding TV. And she's been such an influential part of my journey, and she's like kind of an unsung hero. Even I get credited for this quote that I said, like it network across, and like that went viral, and people cut off. Like, I was listening to a podcast that she was featured in, and she was talking about that exact same thing. And I was like, so in that clip that everybody uses, I literally say, I was listening to my girl, Amy Aniobi, and she was talking about networking across, but they cut that off. So she was like, bitch, you stole my shit. And
he was just like, best wishes. Wow.
But yeah, she's another unsung hero that I would say is like a seamless partner. But I love that question.
What is your pie in the sky project? Like
North Star. What's the North Star?
Unlimited budget, unlimited creative freedom, unlimited everything. This is all you are.
Carte blanche.
100%.
The Stevie Wonder movie.
Oh.
Yeah. The whatever that is with all the music. I don't know yet. You said unlimited budget, but whatever, like his music tells so many stories. He's influenced so many people. I know some stuff about his life, but there's just, I don't know. I guess in the same way that Pharrell is doing a movie like based on his music in some ways, something like that. But that's my dream project.
Stevie Wonder, full bio, what?
Yeah.
Directed by Issa Rae. God damn, this shit is going platinum. Who are you casting as
Stevie Wonder? If it's that, that's a good question. Who am I casting as Stevie Wonder?
And how?
Because I want my people to be able to sing, but they also have to act too.
That's hard.
That's tough. And I always say this, it's a tangent, but they used to be entertainers, God damn it. Shout out to Jamie Foxx. People that sing, act, dance, do everything. And they it's a one-man band, like a one-woman band, like they just do everything.
Jamie is different though.
That's what I'm saying. But like he's come from that cloth of like
that era. He's the only one who got that.
You know what I'm
Donald
saying?
Glover's pretty damn
Donald
close.
Glover's the new one. He's the next one. He's the new one. Yeah,
he's the new one. Jamie 2.0.
Jamie 2.0.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, and he creates his shit too, which is incredible.
Donald Glover as Stevie would be nuts though, especially like old Stevie with like
he'd kill it though.
I was thinking that. I think Donald Glover might make an amazing Stevie Wonder. Yeah.
There you go.
But then he would make the shit. Donald, don't take my shit.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, don't take his shit and then fucking be like, yo, add Issa Rae best wishes.
Nah, man. I'm like,
you know what I'm saying? Come to the premiere. I'll let you do the carpet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Damn. I'm going to blame y'all if he takes my shit.
So, talking about Senegalese, we got Puerto Rico in the house, we got DR in the house, Senegal in the house, you know what I'm saying? I love to go back and reach out, engage with Dominican people. Are you of the same mind? Do you want to create something for Senegal, for the Senegalese people? Like, is it music? Is it a film? Is it television?
Yeah, absolutely. When I also got burglarized, I had just
You had an album out?
No.
I was like, damn, they stole her dance. They stole her
but I
dance
shot
tapes.
a web series in Senegal, like a pilot and a couple episodes. It was a web series about a neighborhood in Senegal. And it was like, it was dope. I'm
That's
not gonna
fire.
lie. It was
Yeah,
dope
that
as
sounds
hell.
official.
Wrote the script in French, got like Senegalese actors, one of whom, like that I cast, I was his first acting job. Now he's like a big Senegalese star. And I was like, I did this. And,
Oh, shit.
But when I landed back, the hard drive crashed and I lost all that footage. I thought I got robbed, but it didn't. But it was that. I landed back and the hard drive never turned on. So it never happened. But I think that happened for a reason too. Because now, like, even though I want to create something, I'm so far removed. Like, I don't go enough. I went for the first time again in like 15 years, like last year.
You gotta start building that pipeline back.
And working with other writers
Absolutely.
who are like tapped in. Because and I do want to, I definitely want that to be a contribution. I want to get locked in again.
Did I just remind you of that?
You did.
You know what I'm saying?
You did.
All right, so
7
listen.
p.m., baby.
You made it up. You made it up
You
for
know what I'm
Donald
saying?
clearing my
Senegal,
shit.
executive
PMs,
produced
baby,
by
what we
the
want.
7 p.m. fam. You know what I'm saying? We out here. Executive produced by the Carmelo, Carmelo
Okay,
Anthony.
bet. I got it.
So Issa, with you, it's a little bit different because basketball, it's like, all right, I'm gonna lock in. This is what I do. Entertainment is fickle as hell.
Yeah, sure
It's
is.
constantly shifting.
Speak on it.
You know what I mean? Like you followed a unique path that now a lot of people are following, from the digital, you know what I mean, to linear, you know, to cable TV, movies, all that type of stuff. How did you, again, sustain that integrity and say, like, listen, this is my idea, this is my vision, I'm gonna see it through?
Man, I mean, because I knew how I would feel if the vision escaped me. Like that, I always think about, kind of similar to your day-to-day things, but maybe the opposite. I'm always thinking about like, how am I gonna feel? How's future me gonna feel about this? Like, and that feeling, that disappointment, that like, shoulda, coulda, I hate it. And just even imagining that I will feel that will like help me to hold my ground. Because there's nothing worse than living in if I had just done this, if I had just done that. So like for me, it is as simple as being like, yeah, I want to hire this particular costume designer, or I want to take a chance on this particular director because I'll regret it later, and I don't want that for myself. And I also just, you know, I have a high belief in myself. I doubt myself a lot, but ultimately when I feel like something's right, like I need to go for it.
Nobody can tell you shit.
Yeah, high
yo,
key.
nah, this is it
high
right
key.
here.
High
You
key.
know what I mean?
Listen humbly. Nobody can tell me shit. Yes.
Humbly speaking.
Yes.
Fuck outta here.
Humbly speaking.
Fuck outta
you
here.
and your thoughts.
You know what I mean? And since we talk about fuck out of here, yeah, all that good shit, you know what I mean? We in New York.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? And you lived in New York for a brief period of time.
Oh, yes, I did.
You know what I mean? And
yes, I did.
when I was getting notes for this, it said, Issa Rae got robbed in New York. And I said, motherfucker, why the fuck would I bring that up? Why would I be sitting here with, you know what I'm saying? Like a generational talent.
So how was that?
With two generational talents. Hey, what's up? How was it? Where
I was thinking, where were you? When you got
on
robbed
you?
at?
What was that like? Hey, what was it like having a Glock 19 with a switch on your grill?
Yeah,
Like,
it was. I was technically burglarized.
right.
So
when I read that, I was like, okay, cool.
yeah,
All right. That was
yeah.
okay. You know
yeah,
what
but
I
I
mean?
told people I got robbed. I mean, I thought I did.
It sounds
I might
better
as well
than
have.
burglarized.
It does.
Right.
It's so technical.
Something about it, yeah. That's,
Burglarize sounds too technical.
That's
It
terrible,
does. It's
though.
just
Like,
like
you
nobody
do something to
has
your
any. And it feels like your fault. Well, why did you get burglarized?
Yeah, why?
Why'd you?
didn't-
What did you do to get burglarized?
Yeah, you should
had
have
too
the
much stuff.
burglarism to anti the burglarized.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck, that don't
exactly.
make sense?
But yeah, that happened I still stayed in New York another year after that. But basically, you know, I
Did
had
you just chalk it up like, yo, that's New York shit, yo, fuck it.
after a while, but I think what felt the worst was that I had somebody else, like this. I was editing this guy's film, and it was like he had shot it in Jamaica.
Oh,
he
shit.
gave me all his original tapes, and he didn't.
No backups.
There were no backups. And at that time, I was only working digitally, and it was just that day before. He was just like, "Let me give you the tapes. See what else you could find on there. These are my tapes." And I was like, "I got it. Nothing's gonna happen to your tapes." And I had just bought a camera with a credit card. And I set the tripod up, and like, it was just in my room. So all the equipment was set up, my computer, all that. But it was more about his shit because they took it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why would they take, I get all the equipment, but why did they take his original tapes? And then someone was like, you had a tripod set up in your bedroom with a camera. They probably thought it was like porn, or you was like, you know, it was like, they probably thought they came up on some extra. Well, let me get this shit too. Let me get off and get off. You know?
They were disappointed as fuck.
Yeah, they were mad disappointed. They were like, what is this bumperclack? What is this?
I thought this was Pino. This is Shots and Slides. What is going on?
So if you saw the like they put that together today, if you seen it, you'd be like, oh shit, those are the
Yo, I didn't even think about that. I should have looked. I want to see if maybe the film is out, but he like never talked to me again. So.
Damn.
And I get it.
It's a random burglar winning director of the year at the Oscars.
It also sounds like a terrible.
That's a setup.
It's a terrible excuse. Like, what happened to my tapes? They took my tapes. I got robbed. They took them. They took my tapes.
They took your tapes?
Exactly. So, yeah, he regrets.
Wagwan.
But it was terrible. That was definitely
Come on, star.
But
I'm stealing my tapes now.
That's good. You was in the movie?
Yes.
I recognize you.
I play Sean Paul's cousin. You know what I mean? I'm out here. You know what I mean? But so I always say this all the time because I'm a super, super duper New York guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like LA and New York is very different. You know that as an LA native.
Yes.
What was New York City you like?
Oh man. Very, very, very broke. Very broke. Like didn't even buy like a proper coat. I like layered it. Layered hoodies, which was a terrible idea. But I had 3 or 4 jobs at the time. I was always working. I had 3 roommates. It was rough, but I loved it. I loved the hustle, and I started this organization for short films called like the Black Film Academy. It was a terrible name, but it was about like trying to build community in New York and find other filmmakers that were like trying to build from the ground up like me. And so, yeah, that was a disappointment when I got burglarized. It was like, now I don't even have the equipment that I invested in to like, you know, work with this group that I've gathered. And it was demoralizing, but that New York hustle, when I moved back to LA, I kept it. And LA is very lax. Like everybody's just kind of like blasé, stuff's gonna happen. Like when it's my time, it's my time. And when you come in with that New York hustle, you stand out. And so I found myself getting more work and getting noticed more. And it was still like doing a videography for somebody's wedding or a talent show and stuff like that, or editing. But I was still getting hired because I had that hunger that I got out here.
Kids ask me all the time, like, about like TV stuff and like being in front of the camera, because that's what they see, right?
Yeah. And
you just mentioned editing. Yeah. And whenever I say that, they look at me like I'm crazy.
It's essential.
But I'm like, if you can edit look at me. Look at Issa. Look at Melo. If you can edit your own shit, you are gonna save so much money and you are gonna be so good.
Game changer.
As a DP, as a director of photography, as a director, setting up shots, everything becomes so much easier when you're an editor because you're sitting in that edit bay in the dark or in your crib in the dark and you're going through all that footage. And I know I'm rambling.
No, it's true.
But it is very
truth. It's true, and you're not depending on anybody. So many people could not get started because they filmed it or they put it together, but they couldn't put it together themselves. Right. And then you're waiting on somebody who's like working on a bunch of other things and isn't like meeting your deadlines.
Yeah,
and now
they have their own vision too.
They have their own vision, which is, a whole other thing. But learning how to edit changed everything because it meant like I could create it and put it out there and it really came from me. And it takes long as fuck, but that was also a game changer for me. But now, like, this generation, they know how to edit. Like, it's so easy via TikTok, via Instagram, whatever you just AI can't edit your shit for you. So
you shoot a whole movie.
Show me. Yeah, I wanna. It's a movie about a dude from he goes from Brooklyn to Baltimore and he becomes one of the best basketball players of all time. It's like
Beyonce just said she heard an AI version of herself and it scared her because she admitted like it really sounded like her. And I'm like, that's scary. If you're listening to a whatever. What is it, a robot? What's AI? A robotic version of yourself, and you're like, did I do that? That's insane.
That's crazy, because it's like, bro, people get fooled by less.
Yeah,
you know
exactly,
what I mean? Like,
exactly. We're already stupid, and this is gonna make us so much dumber, and I'm so scared.
It's just terrifying.
We're dumb as fuck. It pisses me off, like how, like these are the type. It feels like we are in a generation of everybody falling for them stupid chain letters that we used to get. Like, all them felt like, oh, I gotta forward this to 10 people or I'm gonna get bad luck.
I'm gonna be broke for 10 years.
Yes, it's like everybody's that dumb. And it sucks that AI is not gonna make it better.
It shit's making it worse, man. It's
really
putting TikTok Jesus up there talking about you will be cursed. I'm like, what is this shit? I'll be snatching my kids' iPads like, yo, get off this shit.
Please.
Luckily.
Well, how do you adapt to that?
Adapt to being dumb? No, I adapt to what?
As a human being.
Yeah.
How do you adapt to like that's like Westworld? You know what I mean?
No,
We're in
it's
Westworld like right now.
Yeah, and
so how do you adapt to the just that AI and all of that, like the way that they can actually, to your point, they took her voice and like she heard it and like, oh, holy shit, like that shit might sound better than I actually sound. Like in the sense, so in movies and filmmaking, how do you adapt to that, knowing that that's where a lot of the content is going and coming from?
I'm trying to wrap my mind around not being as afraid of it. And so like I was initially like, ChatGPT, no, I'm not doing that shit. That's crazy. And then I found that it was really helpful to like get ideas about like the technical parts of a script that I was writing, where I'm like, oh, how would this U.S. Immigrations officer speak at a whatever? Like, what's the dialogue there? And I was like, oh my gosh, it knows these things. And in that way, it saves me a lot of time. And I think about growing up, like how my mom was scared of the computer and scared of the internet and all those things. And I never want to be that. And so it's the balance of like, knowing that this is a tool that can be used horribly, but also trying to figure out the ways that it can be helpful. But like in the case of the Beyonce of it, I am just like, does she, I don't know what Beyonce is doing, but is she gonna embrace it and like be like, oh, let me see if AI can, if I can top it, if AI can make this shit, am I gonna try to be better than AI, And that is another thing where it's like, it's showing you.
That's the scary part to me, like, because if you are already at that level of greatness, right, and something could take your greatness to a whole nother level that you won't be looking at that thriving to meet that level, right? So you're not gonna be able to get to that level because this AI portion of you is gonna continue to get better and grow.
But it makes you innovative because it can only go in a certain direction. Like it's still based off of you.
Yeah, right. Emotionally that can be like taxing. Is what I'm saying.
But how is that different from like a young singer who's also like, that competitive? I know that it's you, so that's scary. It's like, this is me. It's me against me. But I guess, mentally and emotionally.
Yeah, because the internet don't have no soul. Like, like ChatGPT don't have no emotion. Right. So there's no emotional aspects to it. So what they give you, they just giving you, right? And like you have to take it and put your own emotional spin into that. So
I'm telling you, because you're talking to me because I had a conversation with this older dude where he was like, it was like some Yoda shit. He was just like, are you afraid about AI in your field of entertainment and writing and, and advancements in artificial intelligence? And I'm like, bro, I'm in a jacuzzi, bro. Like, why are we having this conversation? I'm like 6 beers deep, my man. Like, I'm just trying to watch this Knicks game on my phone. You know what I mean? Like, but what he said was, he's like, AI only knows what we give it.
Ugh, I heard that too.
You know what I mean? It only knows what you put into it. So it can't have an original thought. Like you said, it doesn't have a soul. And I was like, all right, that made me, I stopped panicking for a second. You know what I mean? But then I thought about it exactly what you're saying, the technical aspect of writing. If you're writing a courtroom drama and you're not a court reporter, you're not a stenographer, you don't know what they would say in this scenario, but this robot does.
Yep.
And you just took 15 hours of work off my table.
Yeah.
And now I can get my vision out more efficiently, faster, cheaper, whatever. You know what I mean? Because studios love when you make shit for cheap.
Yeah. But I mean, even to that scary man's point, like it only knows what we give it, but we're still giving it a lot. And to my point about us being dumb, we're still everybody's leaning in and giving it everything. And so it will be capable of so much. And it's just in our spirit of, I don't know what the human nature is like we keep contributing to our own demise. And there is like, I keep saying, I had this thought the other day that I feel like we are societally surrounded by a bunch of Lex Luthors and there are no Superman. So like we have the Elon Musk, we have the Mark Zuckerbergs, we have all these people that are creating things to essentially destroy us without, and our government is too fucking slow to like put like blocks on these things.
It's like, hey, what are you doing over there?
Exactly. And let's have an argument about like, you know, something else to distract it. But it's so terrifying because there's no one to really save us from ourselves in that
There's
way.
no anti-AI.
No, we don't have Batman.
We need a Bruce Wayne. Where the fuck are you at?
Show up.
Yeah, listen, this is like I said, we got the number one person in America, the number one hooper of all time, you know what I'm saying? And the number one motherfucker that makes you laugh. You're welcome. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
This is America's number one segment. We very New York out here. You know, we've spoken a lot. I try to hit you with the LA accent back in the day.
No, it
You
did not work.
That was not it.
It was so bad.
It was so bad. You sound like Timu Ray J. Yeah, it was bad.
You remember that?
Yes, it was very bad. It was very bad. But this is not bad. This is great. This is America's number one segment. Fuck with it or fuck out of here. Okay. When we ask you a question and you say, yeah, I'm fucking with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be fucking with.
That's a fact. Talk to him.
Talk to him.
Talk to him.
And if you don't fuck with it, it's fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever present this to me again or there will be fisticuffs. You know what I'm saying? We know you're an LA girl. You know, it was recently announced that Kendrick, K-Dot, will be headlining the NFL halftime Super Bowl show. Super Bowl 59.
Yes.
In February. This is following in the footsteps of Prince.
Yeah.
Mike, Bruno Mars, Janet, you know what I'm saying? Usher, you name it. Fans were excited, but there was a lot of people who said that the show should have gone to Lil Wayne. Speaking of Lil Wayne, little call back there, because the Super Bowl is in New Orleans, and it only makes sense for Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying, New Orleans own, to be headlining. Now, Cam and Mace, and Juvenile, Nicki Minaj, were among critics, that were vocal, like, yo, it should have been Wayne. Cam and Mace also said, hating at this age is crazy. Presumably talking about Jay-Z.
Who said hating at this age is crazy?
Mace.
Oh, wow.
Mace and Betha, you know what I'm saying? He said hating at this age. Yo, killer, hating at this age is crazy. Presumably talking about Jay-Z.
Very good.
You know what I'm saying? Shout to Hope. You know what I mean? For those who don't know, Jay-Z's Rock Nation is responsible for booking, putting on the halftime show. So the question here is, fuck with it or fuck out of here. Lil Wayne might be, born in New Orleans, you know what I'm saying, from the mud, but he does not have enough hits and mainstream recognition to headline the halftime show. Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. I'm gonna jump out the window and be like, fuck out of here.
Well, who said that?
Yeah. The producers.
What?
No, Jason said, nah.
There's no way.
Don't shoot me. He thought, what the fuck is it for me for?
People are saying that?
This is the people. This is, you know what I'm saying?
No, I feel like that's not the argument.
Lil Wayne may be the hometown kid, but a Young Money rapper does not have the quality of hits and mainstream recognition to headline the halftime.
That statement is crazy. That's why I keep trying to read it a different way, because I was like, that sounds nuts.
I wanted to just be clear with what I said. That is fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's for sure. Fuck
Come on, like that.
That's not even the argument.
I hope that's not the reason that they.
No,
that can't be the reason.
I mean, like, nobody knows the reason, man. But Kendrick is headlining the Super Bowl. I mean, personally,
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it.
I love it. He's gonna put on the show.
Of course.
This is what he do. Also, he got momentum. Also,
right.
he's a great performer. So I'm sure that NFL, whoever the powers that be, understands those aspects of it. Crowd, all of that, right? Everything, control, everything comes with that. But with Wayne, how can you sit there and say he don't have enough hits? Like, that's
crazy.
Nah, Wayne should have that show. It should have been Wayne's show.
Come on.
And then let him bring in who he wanted to bring in, similar to what they did in LA. Right? Dre, Snoop, all of those guys, Fifth, all of those guys. You do the same thing and let Wayne headline that. So,
what do y'all think about the argument that was like a rare thing?
The Dre?
Like, yeah, LA, like none of the Super Bowl people have been from that. None of the Super Bowl performers. Somebody, I saw a tweet that said,
was a rare moment.
Y'all better go this hard for Petey Pablo in North Carolina. It's like, that's very
choice. Come on and raise up. Come on, I'm taking my shirt off, spinning around my head like a helicopter.
That's a tough one though, because that's a tough one. But like Wayne deserves that. He deserves that.
Yeah.
Right. But we know the politics of all of this.
Right. And it's entertainment. Like you said, he has momentum, you know what I mean? Like coming off the whole Drake beef thing, you know what I mean? Going back and forth. Yeah. He has a lot of quality music, you know what I mean?
He coming out with the Mr. Morale and the Steppers, man.
You know what I'm saying? So
you know what I'm saying? Like that's what they want. They want the live band, it's the Mr. Morale and the Steppers. That's right. But Wayne couldn't do that. Is what I'm trying to say.
Easy.
Wayne have hits.
You said he couldn't do that? Oh, he could do that.
He could do that.
Yeah.
So for the first time ever in 7
So it's
PM
deeper
history,
than rap.
It's deeper than rap.
It's deeper than rap.
For the first time ever, I'm on Audible. Fuck what the fuck out of say. The new question is, should hometown acts headline the game if it's in their city?
Oh.
If the Super Bowl is in Houston, should it be Mike Jones, Paul Wall, Slim Thug, et cetera, Bun B, et cetera? If it's in New York, should it be Hove and 50, et cetera? If it's in LA, should it be Dre, Snoop? You know what I mean? If it's in the Bay, should it be E40, Too Short? The list goes on and on and on and on.
It doesn't though. The list doesn't go on. Like, what are they gonna do if it's in Iowa? I guess they wouldn't. Like, I'm like, where does it stop? And what if, like, to be honest, what if they're not?
I feel like they keep it in a poppin' city. Since the Super Bowl?
That's true. That is, okay, you got me there.
No, they in a dome. Wherever they got a dome at.
But yeah, that too. But I'm like, then when it's because they have repeat cities, and then what are you going to do? Like, I don't know. It puts a different pressure on that particular city. But it's also like, I like that there's a moment of cultural relevancy. Like, Usher might not have done it last year if he didn't have his residency. And I love that he had his resurgence and an opportunity again. So who knows? I'm like, I'm kind of, I think I'm saying I'm fuck out of here.
I think I'm saying I'm fuck out of here,
bro. Because listen, if you're the best rapper in Ann Arbor and they happen to do the Super Bowl there,
I don't want to see you.
I don't want to see you, dog.
I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
She said it.
Respectfully.
But they should be involved some way, somehow.
Shit, that's like a consolation prize.
Yeah, I mean, shit, you can't get to the big stage. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to be doing the parties and all of that shit. Like,
you're saying for like the
overall.
Got you. I thought you were talking about.
We going to Iowa now. We, we're not putting the artists there to perform for Super Bowl.
Okay, so you're not.
But we can use them around
little Ann Arbor,
right?
To get the stage, because I'm like, that's like he can't. Little Ann Arbor can't perform with. The greats in that way, because that's
Detroit,
not for Super Bowl. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, Detroit.
Yeah, nah, man, come on. Detroit's just right. You
Detroit got a lineup too.
They do. You know what I'm saying? From old to new. That's the thing too, and that's what you're talking about. Like repeat cities, you bring people back. You know what I mean? You get, your old school Detroit rapper. Then you get 42 Doug. Anyway, moving right along.
Doug,
also, I'm gonna go back to my fuck out of here. Then it takes the surprise element out. Like, it's always a surprise when it's like, oh, so-and-so got it. But if you know it's going to Houston, you're like, oh, okay, well, I know who they're going to bring out. That's cool, but I'm not like, oh, I'm surprised.
Shit.
You're going to prejudge it. You're going to prejudge it.
I'm like, oh, it's going to be in Houston. I know they're going to bring out this person.
Yeah.
That's
and you
it.
expect a certain...
I like a spectacle, and I like surprises. That's it.
Right. I mean, part of what you do now, you know what I'm saying? You are very diverse in the game of entertainment, and this is part of your wheelhouse now.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? So what would Issa Rae... What's Issa Rae halftime show look like?
Ooh.
Oh, the pressure's on.
Freestyle's like I used to a beat on, like, yo, rap. No. Freestyle.
Jesus. I feel like so many of the people that I have wanted to see perform have performed. I guess for me now it is about kind of like these collaborations. So I'm kind of back on the, I'm on that. I kind of like the idea now. I like the idea. Like, I don't know if it was a whole label.
That's what we do. We spark shit.
We spark it. You know what I mean? We make it happen. Bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean?
But collaborations between people that you just, haven't seen before. Like, I don't have the names on.
Or truly passionate that you want to work, that you would love to work with.
Yeah.
Like Steely Dan and Lord Tariq and Peter Guns. Because when they did Uptown Baby, they sampled Steely Dan.
I didn't know
so
that.
If you
that's
put
dope.
It together, bow.
But that's just one song.
It
a
is.
Fact.
Damn.
No Super Bowl.
No, it's a short ass halftime show. Listen, we are all of means a certain era. You know what I mean? Out here, in these streets, we've all probably had an experience where we try to go into a club and you with your people and so can't get in. You can't wear that.
Oh, yeah.
And then blah blah blah. Kim's Cafe, a soul food restaurant in North Carolina, made headlines when they posted their dress code to Facebook. It was super strict. They said no shorts, no crop tops, no leggings, no T-straps, no white tees, no short skirts, no skimpy clothing of any kind, no cleavage showing.
That's the South.
The restaurant said, quote, people are not leaving anything for the imagination. This is like a bad episode of The Handmaid's Tale, goddammit.
Damn.
Fuck with her, fuck out of here. Getting your fit off when you eat matters.
I'll fuck with it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll fuck with it.
Can't go out here looking crazy.
You fuck with the dress code?
We got order. It's a lot of bullshit going on out here today. You know what I mean? It's a lot of spots out there that you can wear that shit to. You understand? But this shit right here, we going back to the essence of family. Nigga, this is soul food. Only in this spot. Next door, you wear whatever the hell you want to wear. Here,
Sunday dinner.
I fuck with that.
Your fucking collar, you better have a collar shirt.
Yeah. I fucks with it.
Stacey Adams on your feet.
Uniform it. Some spots need to be uniform.
Yo, he said, are you fucking with it? Oh, fuck out of here.
He kind of changed my perspective. I guess I fuck out of here on the language of it. You don't gotta insult me.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Like,
Don't put that shit in the window. Yeah.
Please. So yeah, I get it. Like a lot of restaurants have dress codes, period. So I think it's fair for our businesses to do the same. But like, talk to me nice. You know?
Right? Yeah. To me, it's kind of fuck out of here for me. I'm with the basics. You know what I mean? With what's on McDonald's? No shirt, no shoes.
Yeah, no service.
Yeah. No animals
no
unless it's a
service.
service dog. Let's keep it there because we try to make money. The economy's going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? This one is nuts. This one I punched.
Shout
the
out to
dashboard.
Kim's Cafe, man.
Kim's Cafe.
better
What
not
you
let
look like?
They
What
better not let
Kim
you
look
walk
like?
in the
Wearing?
dance. God damn it. This one made me punch air this morning in the shower. I was very upset. You know what I'm saying? The Country Music Awards announced their nominations for their forthcoming ceremony, and Beyonce's Cowboy Carter received 0 nominations. Nada. Cero. You know what I'm saying? Ceto's not even a real thing, but I just made it up. I mean, 0. Nashville handed her a donut, like Krispy Kreme, goddammit. Cowboy Carter album and single, Texas Hold'em, both spent time at #1 on the Billboard Top Country Album and Hot Country Songs chart. Fuck with her, fuck out of here. It's not the CMA's fault. It's her fault, since she marketed her project by saying this ain't a country album. This is a Beyonce album. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. It was a country album. Got the shoes on a horse with a cowboy hat with the flag. It's a
They
country
know how
album.
to play the in between the sheets game, man. They smart, man.
Yeah, fuck out of here. But
Fuck outta here.
she submitted it did she submit it to the country awards for? Yes, she had to, right? Because it wouldn't have been an uproar.
Yeah.
Because I could see her not
Being like,
I
care.
don't need your validation. Because
Right.
that was the point of also the album. She went to the CMAs and she was like,
Yeah.
these people don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with them. I'm gonna make my own shit anyway.
You know the
so-
Carter's anti, man. You know they anti-establishment
Exactly.
over there.
Exactly.
Shout out to the Carters, man.
Yo, 0 nominations is crazy though.
I don't fuck with it though. I'm fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to the art of all of this, like the essence of it,
Yeah.
is the script good? As long as the script is right, we can deal with everything else. We can figure it out. Like the music was amazing. Like her, you know what I mean? The vibes that she brought. She had niggas back out there, cool niggas out there with cowboy boots.
Yeah.
Like,
Now they got Shabuzi out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beyonce walks so
Yeah.
Shabuzi can run.
I seen niggas in B-more with the spur on the back
Come on
of
now.
their shit. Like,
I
come on,
love
get
it.
out of here.
Double fist in, pan.
Nah, you can't. But nah, the art of it though, like, she should be recognized for that.
Come on
Yeah.
now.
Because she took a challenge. That's a challenge to
Yes.
go into another,
Absolutely.
you know, genre.
uncharted
like that.
territory.
Man, that's scary waters over there.
For real.
What?
Yo. You doing a country festival?
Listen,
Yo.
you go, that's scary waters over there. Like, you here with it.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, you here with it. Like,
yeah,
you going over there fucking with them, like, nah.
I don't like that. I don't know about all
I
that.
don't know about that, Charlie.
Yeah, but you listen. God, Beyonce's Beyonce. Goddammit, you know what I mean. The only person put in the same sentence as Mike. Okay, so she don't need no goddamn
Amen.
CMAs, and you don't need nothing but else but this. 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Issa. You know what I'm saying? For coming through and blessing us with your presence.
So much.
You know what I mean?
sis,
Thank you.
love.
We here.
So much. Appreciate you
Live
guys.
from Red Hook, you know what I mean? Issa Rae, one of them ones. You know what I mean? Carmelo Anthony, one of them ones. Your boy that came out in Human Direct Flap, also one of them ones. We'll be here next week. We love y'all. Stay locked in. Let's get them subs up to like 500 million.